I just want to talk just briefly about firewood. There are still a few misconceptions out there about how firewood may not be readily available or it's very expensive in nature. I just want to talk about that just a little bit. The availability of wood has always been a constant. It's easy to find. Quite honestly, you look around, I have a lot of customers that find it for free. People are taking fence lines down, they're looking for neighbors, taking trees down, things like that. Short of that, it's easy to find wood off the semi, or even people that custom make it, have it cut and ready to go ahead of time. So wood has always been easy to find, it always has been, and that certainly doesn't seem like it's going to be changing at all. One thing I want to just, in recent years, gas costs have been somewhat lower than what they have been in the past years, but I think it's always important to remember what has happened in years past when we had that big spike in LP and went up to $7 a gallon, and people were affording their wood burner just off one filling of their LP tank. So it's always nice to just reminisce back and think about that and how that could possibly all happen again someday. Another thing is how big the wood pieces need to be for the central boiler wood furnaces. For the most part, wood doesn't need to be split. Even when you buy it off the semi, you can kind of see on my wood pile here, most of it comes this size. None of this really needs to be split the way it sits. If you'd happen to find some really big stuff, well then maybe it would have to be split in half or whatever. But that's just another point I wanted to make about the firewood, how it's readily available. Doesn't have to be split hardly at all, unless it, like I say, be really large. The other thing is the pricing of firewood. I remember back when we first started burning wood, which was in 1999, wood off the semi was like $85 a cord. That was that almost 20 years ago, 18, 19 years ago. Wood now is like $95 to $100 a cord off the semi. In 20 years, it's gone up virtually hardly anything. So I think it's just another small point to say about the advantages of burning wood.